welcome to MyFitnessPal.com. This is the website. There is also an app, but if the app is not working with modern day's Wi-Fi, then you can access MyFitnessPal using the website. So first of all, if you haven't already done so, you need to create your own free account. So I will click on Start for Free or Sign Up. You're going to type an email address, and you can use modern day's email address or a personal email address. So it's a 4-step process creating your account online, and you are asked to put in some particulars because it's going to then give you a pretty accurate calorie requirement for your age. And we're all going to use the birth date of the date that we're starting, and this is November 12th for this video, and we're going to put in 2000. Please do not use your date of birth. Use the date of birth of November 12th, 2000, or November 13th, 2000. And the zip code here at Modern Day is 92707. You can choose your activity level because the more active you are, the more calories that you're going to need. And you can see that it asks you questions about, do you plan on exercising? But I think that is not required. What is your goal? You can say maintain your current weight. You can say gain weight. If you are young and growing, obviously you're going to gain weight. But you can see how this could be used as you are required to enter in a username as well. Muscle or to lose fat. So step 4, please don't add anyone's email, and you do not need to put your name in there because it would then send emails to these people with your name. So please leave that blank. And at the very top of the screen here, it says sign up for email. So please turn that off so you don't get extra emails. And then continue. So then it gives you how many calories you should have per day, and it also tells you how many carbs, fats, and proteins per day. Depending on the goal you set for yourself, then your calories would kind of show over here with your plan. But that's not part of this assignment. So get started now. Please do not sign up for a free trial. They do give you 30 days, and they expand all these additional reports. But for our purposes, no extra things are needed, so no free plan. If you are doing this for your take-home test, you are going to record your diet, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks for your food for one complete day. You are not graded for hitting this number exactly, whatever calories that you have for your goal, and you're not graded on the nutrition that you put in here. Just try to make it an accurate representation of what you're eating that particular day. I will look for approximately 12 entries into your food, and so you have to have some data for this to make sense. And you are going to see how it tracks your calories, your macros, and your micros. Macros are your macronutrients of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. I'm going to click into goals. So these are your macros right here, carbs, fats, and proteins. And it can also break it down by meal, but anytime you see a lock, that is a premium feature, so don't worry about it. So these over here are called your micronutrients, and these are the vitamins and minerals, which are part of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, part of the foods that you are eating. So we've learned in this chapter 3, the molecules of life are carbs, fats, proteins, and nucleic acids. But nucleic acids that make up our DNA and RNA are not a fuel for us. So we don't get energy out of nucleic acids. They're that 4th macromolecule that is important in all living things. But we're tracking the nutrition, macronutrients, and there they are, carbs, fats, and proteins. So let's get started. Click on Food up in the corner, and then it brings up the diary. And you can use the arrow keys here in order to go to a particular day and enter in one complete day. If you're doing this for extra credit, you have to track 7 consecutive days of your nutrition, like add food. And I'm going to click on the search window right here. And let's say that I had some oatmeal. It will pull up a large list. If you don't give it specifics about like the brand of oatmeal, it will have a scrollable list that you can try to find out, was it McCann's? Was it Quaker? Was it Cashy? Click on what specifics that you know about the food. And so look at the serving size, it's a half a cup. You probably have more than that. So you can click into it and you can change the serving size. So I will say 1 cup. And if it turns out that you had 2 servings, each of 1 cup, then you would put in a 2. Then you would hit Add to Food Diary. And now it's showing your macronutrients and a couple of micros in sodium and sugar. So this is just for the one meal right here, and it's giving you your totals for this particular food. So here it is the daily summary, and let's add another one. Let's say for breakfast that you also had orange juice. And if you know the type of orange juice, it's better if you can actually type it in there, like I had Tropicana. If you're using the app has the ability to do a scanner, but it doesn't allow you to scan using the website. So now that you've created an account for yourself at the website for MyFitnessPal, you can use the app on your iPad or on your phone. Currently, the app is not working at Modern Day because of the Wi-Fi filters, but you will probably find that it works away from Modern Day. This is called Sodexo. You will see that advertised around campus, especially inside the Murillo Athletic Center. So let's say you have some, like a Sodexo pizza. And you have a pepperoni, so I'll click on that. And you have 2 slices. Also for lunch, Sodexo cookies are a big hit on campus here. And the chocolate chip cookie is right there. Add that to the food diary. So just with those 2 things, and that's 2 cookies, they're each about 130 calories, 820 calories with your pizza and cookies. And so what I've entered so far for breakfast and for lunch, already at half of the daily calories for the day. So the report that you need to turn in is under the food area right here, and you are in the food diary. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of the screen, it says View Full Report, and this is the one that you can take a screenshot of, edit the picture so that it shows the name at the top, and then it has the full table. Then you are clicking Done, Save to Photos. You'll add that photo to your take-home test right up. I'll back up. And this is helpful to see it in a pie chart too. As you have a lot of food items at the top, though, it is not necessary that you have that. It was in the other report. So we'll grab this pie chart. So you're going to do a screenshot, and you can simply go over the top like that so you see the table and the chart. So then save that to your photos. So in summary, once again, under the food diary, you are taking a picture of your overall daily carbs, fats, and proteins. Those are your macros. Number one, you do that. Number two, you go to full report and you get this full report, which is showing you the table for your macros and for micronutrients. And then third, you're going in and seeing some detail about some vitamins. And you do that over here at the reports. And then you're clicking down and you are going over to one of these guys. So it could be iron, it could be vitamin A, it could be vitamin C. And then go ahead and take a screenshot. So you've got 3 pictures that you're turning in if you're using the MyFitnessPal website. If you are using the MyFitnessPal app, the directions will follow on how you're getting reports. You're doing 3 reports of calories, macros, and micros. So there you have it. A very good, useful tool for tracking nutrition for overall health and well-being. I want to go down to food diary. Up at the very top of the screen is where you specify the date. You're going to track your nutrition for one day. So it's pretty easy by just clicking add food. I'm going to demonstrate a couple different ways where you can add the food. And this one here is simple as clicking add food. Let's say that you are having oatmeal. And oatmeal can be generic or it can be with the actual brand of oatmeal. So maybe it's Quaker Oats, and you could type in the brand of the food that you're eating and it'll be more specific. Notice that it says that this is a half a cup, so a serving size is a half a cup, but you had a complete cup, so that would be 2 servings. And then you click the check mark up at the top when you're finished. Then it adds the food, it has your goal, subtracts what you've eaten, and it tells you how much you have left to go. So the power of this program really is in its extensive food database. It's got an amazing database that you can easily choose the brand of food. You can use a scanner. As you see at the top right-hand corner, it's got like a scan. So I'm going to show you how to enter food a couple of other different ways. At the top of the screen, you have the date. So if you're doing this for extra credit, you're going to do this for 7 consecutive days. But if this is the homework assignment, then you have to track your food for 1 day. So make sure you're on the correct day. And then you can add the food over here on the left. Trying to be mindful of when you had it in the morning, afternoon, or in the evening, and if you have snacks. And you can click in add food over there, or you could also click the plus button down at the very bottom. And you can also add exercise, you could add water, you could track your weight here. If you're using the health app through a phone, then it can be integrated in with this one, so it can track your exercise, like your steps and so on. So if I wanted to add food, I would click here, food, and then let's say I wanted to add a snack. Then you can see it says scan the barcode. So I've got a package here. I'm going to click that. I just position the cursor over the barcode, and it immediately finds it. It's got the brand, it's got all the nutrition in there, and it's pretty amazing. So when you're finished, you click on the check mark, and then it adds it. If you needed to edit something, you can click into it, and if I only add half of this, then you could go in and you could change the serving size. Although it only allows me to keep it as a single serving. But if you needed to make some adjustments, you'd have the ability to do that. So when you're all finished with your food, You can then go down here to the nutrition, and you click on that. There are 3 nutrition things for you to do: calories, nutrients, and macros. And notice that it has day view. You need day view if you're doing this for homework. You need week view if you're doing this for the extra credit. You're going to track your nutrition for 7 consecutive days. So week view for the extra credit, day view for the homework. If you need to change the date too, you can scroll to what your starting date is. So that's important if you're doing the week view. So you're going to turn in 3 pictures, do screenshots of your calories, nutrients, and macros. Nutrients are the micronutrients. Macros are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So I'm selected on calories. So then I do a screenshot. Got my screenshot. I can edit the screenshot right away. It's helpful if you keep the heading up at the top. And I also need to make sure I'm not cutting out the totals on the right-hand side. So this would be a good edited picture right there. Save it to your photos. And you're going to turn these in. Combine all your pictures into a PDF file. Then you go over here to nutrients, assuming that you've completed everything, right? I'm not done yet. You may notice that I moved my screen so that it is in the portrait mode so that I can get everything. If it's in horizontal, it cuts it off. I can't get everything in one screen. So do your picture this way and then do your screenshot. Then you go to macros. And then you're going to click on the screen button, do a little edit to get rid of some extra stuff that you don't need, those ads and so on. And there you go. Now you've got your 3 pictures, and you can then combine all these using Notability and finish up the assignment. Hope that helped. What a great program to track your nutrition. It tracks your nutrition for your carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, as you see right here. You've got your daily goals. On the one column, it tells you how you did in this column. Very useful if you are looking to maximize your health, making sure that you can be as healthy and fine-tuned as possible for athletics and just general overall well-being, or perhaps you're trying to ensure that you aren't getting extra fat, extra sodium and stuff in your diet. These all lead to weight gain, and recall that Americans are having a big difficulty maintaining their weight. Too many people are falling into the overweight category and to the obese category, and sometimes it takes a tool like this in order to recognize, hey, I'm really high in fat. I'm really high in this category. I'm way too high in carbohydrates. Since I didn't do a complete day, then it's not really giving me any warnings. But if you do go over in certain categories, it's going to tell you that you've got too much fat, you got too much cholesterol, that type of thing. So this tells you your calories, and you can see that I only had 500 calories when the goal was 2,900. When you do this for the day, I will look for you hitting close to your calories, but you're not graded on whether or not you had the perfect diet. So don't worry about that. I don't care if you're askew with your carbohydrates, with your macros and so on. So there you go. It really is a helpful tool. Think about this as you go through life when you need to ensure that you're balanced properly. And if you notice that you're not as healthy as possible, sometimes it takes a tool like this. It's one of the major recommended apps. You can check it out with a Google search, and this one is near the top of the list. Okay, take care, everyone.